Shalom. First and foremost, we'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Yahawashi. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Well, we're just going to kind of go into some, stuff that's just happening in general in society, the way that things are going. A lot of deception, a lot of lies that's being spoken to our people, and a lot of our people are falling for Esau's trickery. And we're coming closer and closer to the end of this thing, and we're seeing that a lot of our people are not operating in the way that Yahweh and Yahawashi would have them, and so they fall victim to the traps of the devil, the snares that he has set for you. But we want to make sure that we stay on code and stay in a righteous manner to where we don't fall for those things, and we do that only through the spirit and power of Yahweh and Yahawashi, by having that Holy Spirit upon us. So I'm going to just start off here with Psalms 4 and start at the second chapter. Psalms chapter 4, verse 2. O ye sons of men, how long will ye turn my glory into shame? How long will ye love vanity and seek after leasing? Selah. Now leasing means to lie or to operate in deception. Verse 3. But know that the Lord hath set apart him that is godly for himself. The Lord will hear when I call unto him. Stand in awe and sin not. Commune with your own heart upon your bed and be still. Selah. Because we have to, in these times, we have to consider everything that we're doing in this day and time. And a lot of times when you get by yourself and you lay in your bed, you think about certain things. You think about what I've done right or wrong. You may have done something to somebody, and then that thought comes into your mind. And then you start to think about those things, and you say, oh man, well, I shouldn't have did this or that. And we have to be very cognizant of that in these times, because we're coming to the end. And you don't want to be like the people in Ezekiel 18, when the man that does righteousness all his life, but then does that which is wicked in the end, all his righteousness is forgotten. And vice versa for the wicked man. If he does all his wickedness, then convert to righteousness, all that wickedness is forgotten. But for those of us who are in the truth, we want to make sure we stand on this righteous and holy path and not get snared by all these lies and these snares that these Edomites have for us, because you don't want to get to the end and then lose that prize. You got something? You got something?
No, go ahead. I'm trying to get it together.
Yeah. Did you have anything? Let's see. Yeah, because when we think about keeping this, staying on this righteous path, it's not a very very favorable position to be in these times, when you are operating in a society that's mainly is focused upon wickedness. And so it's very hard to be righteous in a wicked society, because a lot of times the snares of the devil will touch your mind, and it'll entice you to do those things. It'll entice you to do things that are contrary to the Lord. And you don't want to do those things that'll make the Lord displeased in your actions, because the end result, of course, is death. So as long as you're operate in a righteous manner, stay strong in Yahawashi, and continue on that righteous path, because the end result of that is life everlasting. That's our goal. That's what we're looking for. Because when the end comes and you're doing that which is wicked, what's the end result? Eternal judgment. So you have pain, and then you have life. You look at these two things, and you don't really consider them in your mind. You just think, well, mama died, she gone to heaven. Everybody's always saying that, but you're not really understanding that this thing is predicated upon your actions and your faith in Yahweh and Yahawashi.
Yeah, and we've seen that with our people before. Even after coming out of the land of Egypt, and how the Most High is not pleased by those that don't have faith in Him. I'm going to give an example. This is Psalms 106, starting at verse 10. And He saved them from the hand of him that hated them, and redeemed them from the hand of the enemy. and the waters covered their enemies. There was not one of them left. Then believed they his words. They sang his praise. So at the time, they believed when he did this thing. Now we're going to see what happens, like the brother was saying, when you can show signs of faith, but then if you don't believe the end, the Most High forgets about when you praised him and when you believed on him before. Verse 13, they soon forgot his works. They waited not for his counsel, but lusted exceedingly in the wilderness and tempted God in the desert. And he gave them their requests, but sent leanness into their souls. They envied Moses also in the camp, and Aaron the saint of the Lord. The earth swallowed open and swallowed up Dathan and covered the company of Abiram. And the fire was kindled in their company. The flame burned up the wicked. So that's really, look at it, that's going to be the end judgment of those that don't believe. So you can praise him, but if you turn against him at the end, you forgot his marvelous works, then he will just throw you away.
That's right.
Just have the earth swallow you up into the, into fire, man.
Yep.
I mean, ultimately into the lake of fire. That's the eternal judgment.
Yep. They feel, these people fall into snares of their own thoughts, of their own minds. And when you consider falling into a snare, you always have to go right back to the beginning. You got to go back to the beginning when you're falling into a snare. Now, we know that Yahweh gave Adam instructions on how he should operate. Now, this is Genesis 3, starting from the top. It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, hath God said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die, for God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. Now, for anybody who reads that scripture, you understand where the problem comes in. The serpent lied. It was straight up lie. And Eve fell for the lie. And so Yahweh Shai warned us of that even in the scriptures when he was on the earth. This is John 8. This is John 8 and 44. For ye are of your father the devil. Now this is Yahweh Shai, red letter, speaking unto Israelites. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. So a lot of our people embrace these lies, and then what happens, when you start to embrace that lie, you start to operate like the devil. And just like Yahweh Shai says, he becomes your father instead of Yahweh. So you can't embrace the lies, because with the lie, it's always with deception. And it's similar to what's happening right now. I was telling the brothers earlier that we know some people who engaged in the COVID relief, so to speak. They got the little website or whatever. You can click on the link, and then you can go in and get grant money for the COVID. Now, we know people that was actually going in there knowing they didn't have their businesses, but just lied on the stuff just to get that bread. And now the government is starting to do fraud investigations, because so many jakes have been doing it. So what is that? That was only the devil throwing that reel out there, and Jake bit. And then all the devil's gonna do is just reel you right in. Deception. You don't want to be doing that right now in these times with this devil, man. This devil is ready to get Jake put in jail, downtrodden him even more than what he is already. I mean, you're putting yourself in a bad situation by operating in that manner, especially in these times. It don't make any sense, man. It don't make no sense. So we just got to be cognizant, because the scriptures talk about how, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, but this goes for those people who do not truly know Yahweh and Yahawashi. If you truly know Yahweh and Yahawashi, you will be knowledgeable of Satan's devices. You will know the instructions that Yahweh has given between, and know the difference between right and wrong.
Excuse me, brother. So these brothers was pretending that they had businesses to get the release forms?
Well, a lot of them had like, they had, you had to have, the qualifications was you had to have a business prior to January of 2020.
Yeah, because they're going to eventually come back and ask for a copy of your tax return.
Yep.
Right.
You know, and that's what they're going to do.
Federal ID number too, right?
Well, no, they wouldn't
You
answer
don't
for that.
necessarily need that, as long as you can show it on your tax return that you filed taxes, that you got a business.
Under a business name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be all right.
Partnership.
LLC. See what I did when I went on there and I looked at it, that thing came up and basically stated that this, if you answer this falsely, that's considered perjury.
Yeah,
and so and then you have the
and
offense. It's a federal offense.
Right.
And so now what was happening? You had two options. You can either use your EIN number or your social. And guess what? The jakes that really didn't have no businesses, they was putting their socials down there, stating that. We know somebody that got about 10 racks off of it. And you get 1,000 per employee. So this person said she had 10 employees.
So $1,000.
She got $10,000, and then she came and tried to get us. And I was like, no, you can't do that. Because first thing we think about is, okay, let me look at it first. We read the stuff. If I read this line and I have to lie on that line, I can't do it.
Right.
Because now it ain't just, if I get away with it, it ain't just me getting away with it. It's the creator knowing it. So he looking at me like, oh yeah, okay. See, your integrity. Now you got to answer to me. Your integrity is in question now, because now you went and did something unrighteous, knowing that you at the end. You know what I'm saying?
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9 and verse 12. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. And that's actually a snare.
Yep.
Because the government knows that they're going to have a lot of fraudulent applications that's going to come through that stuff, man.
Yep.
And they know who's going to be the main character, the main player that's going to be trying to do it.
Yep.
Esau going to also be a number one player in it, doing it. But they're going to go after Jake primarily, us.
Yeah, they already cracked down on one of those rings.
Right, yep.
Hush puppy.
Doing the unemployment.
Unemployment fraud.
Yeah.
They caught the whole crew.
So you know they eyes wide open right now. They wide open right now to the fraud.
And Jake is in the time that he's not even thinking. He's like, man, I'm trying to hit a lick. He said, it's already hard for me. I'm trying to hit a lick. But see, your lick gonna get you even in a more of a jam, man.
Right.
You even in more of a jam. This is 2 Corinthians 4, starting from the top. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty. The hidden things of dishonesty. See, when you start doing stuff like that, you're being very dishonest by manipulating stuff so that you can get something. Hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of God deceitfully, but by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of God. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. See, so we know of people who are in these Israelite groups that basically can do stuff like this. So the gospel is hid because they lost. Those people are lost. If they're not accepting Yahweh and Yahawashi and not abiding in his principles, those brothers or those sisters are lost. And the gospel is hid from them. In whom the God, and here's the key part, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahawashi, who is the image of God, should shine upon them. So they've been blinded by the God of this world. And so the God of this world, which is Satan, got them blinded from this truth. And so they feel like that they can do any kind of thing. They can go to the IRS thing, hit their little thing and get their bread. They can do any kind of, they can steal whatever they want to steal. They can, you know, do all these nefarious things because now they feel like, hey man, look, I'm in the truth. I'm in the truth. This hell anyway. Everybody else doing it.
Yep.
But the scriptures in Exodus, I think it's Exodus 23, it says, follow not a multitude to do evil. So just because all these people are doing it, don't mean you should follow them to do the same thing. And that's exactly what's happening to a lot of our people. They see that Esau is doing all this, they say, oh man, look, they do it all the time. Why can't I do it? Don't follow a multitude to do evil.
Yeah, Proverbs 3:31. I'm gonna get this real quick. This is a Sirach chapter 31 and verse 5. He that loveth gold shall not be justified, and he that followeth corruption shall have enough thereof. Gold hath been the ruin of many, and their destruction was present. It is a stumbling block unto them that sacrifice unto it, and every fool shall be taken therewith. So you got people that are seeking after riches, and this is so important to them that they're destroyed by it. And that's what our people. Our people want the riches of this world, and they see the oppressor going about stealing. He could go and do all kind of fraudulent things. You got construction contracts that they draw up for some of these buildings, and a good chunk of the money is actually taken by salaries of people that ain't even doing no work.
Yeah, yep.
You know, they skim off a certain percentage, and the city lets them get away with it because these are the secret handshakes that they have.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why sometimes it takes some streets that they work on, they'll have a construction site on there for weeks.
Yeah.
Because they're getting paid over a course of time to do that project, and then they'll just stall it out. They go, man, why are they done?
Yeah,
it's like they did 290.
Yep.
That stuff took forever. You can imagine how many hundreds of millions of dollars for that project they could have been done with.
Yep, taxpayers.
They're working on 290 for freaking like over 10 years.
Yep.
Real talk.
Still working on it. It's been completed for like over a year right now.
Yeah, they go right back at me.
Like every week.
Come on, always.
Every weeknight, it's down to 1 or 2 lanes down there, man. And they got 6 lanes in some parts.
Come on, man. This is Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
That's right.
You see that? This is what the brother was talking about, man.
Yep.
You know, so you know this is what our people. This is a snare of the devil. You can't do it, man. You just can't do
and
it.
They looked up to the same guys that's actually orchestrating our destruction.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to our people look up to characters, fictional characters that got rich and famous by doing evil.
Yeah.
Look up to them. You got Escobar.
Yeah.
Just like you got Nas Escobar. He's calling himself Nas Escobar. Right? Then you got Noriega. You got the rapper Noriega. He named himself after Manuel Noriega.
Yep.
Yep.
You got Scarface, the rapper from here.
Yeah.
Named himself after a fictional character that was a drug dealer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So our people always have this, they always look up to these other means, these evil ways of getting money, but then it comes to nothing.
This is Proverbs chapter 2 and verse 10. When wisdom entered into thy heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things, who leave the path of unrighteousness to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice to do evil and delight in the frowardness of the wicked.
Come on.
Just like the brother just said. They delight in the frowardness of the wickedness. They want to be like these guys that's doing wickedness.
That's right.
They look up to it like it's something to praise. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Instead, you got to dwell in the wisdom of the Most High, man.
Yeah.
The knowledge, the wisdom, and understanding of the Most High.
This is how you know that that's our people, because they wanted to free Barabbas.
Yep.
Right.
And Barabbas had a name. He was infamous. The fact that he was going to be potentially executed meant that he had done something, that he had a name of reputation of wickedness in Israel. But the people, just like you see our people, they want to. Yeah, exactly. So that's why our people have this obsession with wanting to get these guys free. Like with C Murder, listen. I mean, I don't think there's no reason for them to frame him for murdering that kid. Now we wasn't there.
Yeah.
But he allegedly killed a kid
Oh yeah,
at that club.
I was in Baton Rouge at that time. I used to go to the same club.
And people said he
Club.
did.
Yeah,
On
it's
the
a club
streets.
right up the street from LSU.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was to always be ruckus. It's actually right there by the bottom where Lil Boosie from.
Yeah.
It's right around LSU, the club right there.
Yeah.
It's in a bad neighborhood, a bad area,
Yeah.
Baton Rouge.
Yeah, and they had a whole free C murder campaign all throughout, man, for years. Free C murder. But the guy's name is C Murder, man.
Yeah.
On top of that,
It's like almost like
You think that helped him in his court case?
come on, man.
Yeah, come on. You know to see more oh man. Them Edomites gonna eat that up, bro.
For real.
And see, you know, and for us, you know, it's even more so for us, man. We can't operate in that manner whatsoever, bro. And that's why we're patient with our people, even with brothers like these brothers down there, man. Because you know, while there's still time, you know, brothers have opportunities, but that thing is closing, bro.
Hey, that's what I was talking about with the brothers, man. I said grace is running out. You know, grace is a time period.
Yeah.
For you to get right. They give you an extension of time to get right. I say that time is ticking, man.
Yeah.
That time is ticking. So that's why, like the brother said, those guys that are our enemies, we give them space of repentance because the Lord has given it to them.
Yeah.
You don't got to go out and judge them, but once that door closes,
Yeah.
and like it says, but Noe went into that ark.
That
You know what I'm saying? And closed the shop.
Hey, man.
That was a wrap.
That was a
man.
wrap. Nobody had a key, bro. Nobody had the key to open that.
Not like that fake Noah movie.
Right. Where you can climb up
Where
and
two volcanoes snuck in. Two volcanoes snuck into the park. Man, get out of here, man. These Edomites is just devils, man. Go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, and verse 31. O generation, see ye the words of the Lord. Have I been a wilderness to Israel, a land of darkness? Wherefore say my people, we are lords. We will come no more unto thee. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. We forsaken the Most High, man.
Yep.
We don't even look for the Most High as our Savior no more. We don't look to Him for no help. We don't look to the Word as our stability.
Yep.
We study looking for other things to stabilize us.
And those same things destroy us, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right. Like we turning into this place.
Yep.
Like how we were just talking about, they turning into the government, trying to get money out the government.
Yeah.
We running down to Egypt. Get that? In Isaiah
Already.
30.
Yeah.
Because I got one here. You got something else?
Nah, go.
Yeah, this is second Timothy 2:24. And the servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle unto all men, apt to teach, patient, in meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves. And that's what we're talking about. Those people that operate in deception, they're in opposition, they're opposing themselves. Because they're hurting themselves when they do these things. Opposing themselves. If God, per adventure, will give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth. And that's what we do, man. As messengers, we have to just go ahead, just tell the people, and then per adventure, that truth will come back and boom, you know, to them if they accept it.
Yep, that's right.
This is what the brother was requesting. This is Isaiah 30, starting at verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that taketh counsel, but not of me, that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Go ahead.
Now, ain't that what we just was talking about? Like Jake looking at this place as they savior, looking at it like this, we can make it, or we can build businesses, or we can set up ourselves. You can't build nothing in this kingdom that is not yours.
Right.
This is Esau's kingdom, so how can we profit in this kingdom?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we always say, you got to have somebody, a hierarchy, and you got to have subjects in the kingdom. And we the subjects right now in this kingdom. And until we get our own kingdom set up, that's the only way. I mean, we're going to stay here in this position right now until our Lord and Savior come and get us out of here.
Everybody think this movement is going to change.
Yeah.
BLM and
And we looking, and like the scripture just said, we looking at the strength of this place, like the massive the power that this country got. Yeah, and we think it can help us. It ain't here. It is not built to help us. And the Most High say we supposed to turn to Him for help. Don't run to this place and look for help.
Yep.
Just like in the scripture say, if you believe, you supposed to believe first in the Most High, and put all your faith into Him.
Yeah.
Then all these things shall follow.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
And the trust in this nation. It's like it says in Lamentations, that our eyes yet fail for watching for a nation that could not save us.
Right. Right.
That's our people, man.
Lamentations 4:17. Want me to get it?
Yeah, go ahead and get that.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
A nation that could not save us. We was waiting
Yep,
for our enemy to save us.
that's
Yeah.
right.
And that's why our people gonna get destroyed, man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you see it, man. It's like it's bad, man.
It's
like it's
really
way
bad.
worse than we thought.
Yeah.
Like as we like
Get
got
close.
into the gospel,
Yeah.
it was way. In fact, when I talked to the brother from Chicago,
Yeah.
I talked to the brother. He's gonna come down here to get baptized. When he heard the gospel, because he's been in this thing for a while. He's in his 50s, but he's like, you know, in Chicago, been in various groups, like or new different groups and different forms of teaching. When he found out what the true gospel was, man, he was like, he's like, that's worse than I thought. He said, this is really a remnant.
It's a
He
small
said,
number.
it's a small number, man. It's really small.
It's really small, and see, and that's the thing. We, you know, a lot of people like we'll see these groups that we know for a fact that they don't believe in baptism, which is a requirement. You have to have that
Baptism,
Yeah.
water baptized.
in the name of Yahawashi for the
Yeah.
remission of sins.
Exactly.
If they are not doing that, you haven't even made.
Yeah, you ain't started
You
yet.
ain't even started yet. You know precept after precept. You can tell a person what they should do and what they shouldn't do. What this is, what that is.
It don't matter.
But it don't even matter because you ain't even reached the first base, so to speak.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's the first step in the path
That's the
to
first-
salvation.
To salvation. Everybody that went the way of Yahawashi had to do that. You go to GMS, you go to IUIC, you go to Sakari, you go to HOI, Adam Abbott,
HODC,
HODC,
Sons of Thunder.
Sons of Thunder. None of them believe in water baptism.
No, no.
None of them, and that's to their own demise.
Right.
You know, these guys don't. They made these guys, and if you look at their websites, you'll see that they have tons of people as followers or whatever, but they don't have the truth of Yahawashi. If you don't have that,
So they leading a lot of people in error?
they lead them in
They
error.
live in it. You know, on the broad path to destruction,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's many lanes.
Yeah.
Like on hot when you get on I-10,
Right.
and you know it got 12 lanes.
Yep.
That's how it be.
Yeah.
What we on, you know, when you on the express lane, there's only one lane.
HOV, yeah.
Right.
On the HOV, that's only one lane. You got to go one lane. That's the way to salvation.
And I'm gonna show you how carnal these guys are. There was this guy that used to come on our board. His name is GMS Acidian. GMS Acidian. He would come over there. He would always talk noise about us because it's just us three brothers that's on camera or whatever. And he would say, "Where the fruit at? Where the fruit?" Same old misfits. But see, he don't understand. He's a carnal man. He don't understand the spirit. It's only a remnant. It's not. We're not gonna have 3 million brothers over here with us because it's a small number.
Yeah.
And see, if the Lord was into numbers, yeah, it would have been a certain thing, but it's done this way. You see 3 brothers come out here on the Sabbaths to do this word,
Yep.
and then brothers who have these big groups, they're like, look at them, they're misfits, they don't know. GMS Acidians, the spirit is not, it's not touching them yet. And I ain't gonna say it ain't gonna touch them
They
because
get
it
off on their platform because they got a lot of people coming
Yeah.
around them. and stuff.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because I noticed too, like when I do look at some of them on YouTube, they film the crowd more than they talk. Like they want you to see, like look
How
at
many
the
people we got?
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, how you gonna follow it?
Yeah.
But like what the scriptures say,
the
the scriptures say, if you bring one into repentance, all the angels in heaven gonna rejoice.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
can't do that because they don't
They
preach protection.
Yeah.
According to
Yeah,
the
like I was
gospel.
saying, like
Yeah.
the priest of Buckingham, like I got a chance to meet them brothers in Atlanta when I lived in the Hague. And it was really to me, I mean, I understood the concept of what they was preaching was the truth as far as us being the people of the scriptures.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a show because all of them was like dressed in all of this, you know, it's over the top type of stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just being real flamboyant.
Yeah. And see
Like
that.
some spiritual entertainers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep. You sure right, man.
Yeah, because we're not entertaining because, you know, we're not going to go out like some of these groups. They use
Sharp, doing all
sensationalism.
that stuff with all this stuff on his arm and
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying it's different. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
if you gonna
Doing the
preach truth,
most.
just preach the truth, brother. Yeah.
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 You have a staff and all this stuff on your arm and stuff, brother. Like,
And you know, you always even as
and I
service.
know some of the charts are different than you guys too.
What now?
The charts as far as
Yeah.
the tribes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shoot, I don't know.
Well, that's only GOCC. They believe Hawaiians and Samoans
Yeah,
and something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that, and you know they'll have theirs.
Yeah, that's the only one that's slightly different, but
I think.
for the most part, everything else is the same.
Yeah.
Although they got the
Because I don't agree with them brothers up top. Like I met a couple of them in Chicago when I'm up there with my fam. I got family in Chicago too. They bring out all of these pictures that we have back home in Alabama, like all the slavery pictures, all the lynching pictures, and try to give you this guilty conscience about, you know, your past and stuff.
well, I'll tell you this. Part of the reason why you got to add that, because to be honest,
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
the
true.
younger
They
generation,
probably don't know yet.
they don't know, man.
Man, they just.
Like, do we remember the
Yeah.
one about the dude asking about if
Yeah.
he was doing slavery?
Yep.
He had
Yep.
some young kids. They was probably in their late teens, like
Didn't-
17, 18. They
didn't-
didn't even know our people was in slavery.
Man, them jokers didn't even know that we came over on boats, man.
Yeah.
That's how bad it
They
is.
just hot boy and
Man, you know, and see they have all these other groups just throwing.
Hey, sometimes you gotta invoke emotion because our people be forgetting
yeah.
what happened to us.
Right.
In fact, that's what they're trying to do. See, part of
That's
the
true.
New World Order, when they talking about taking down these monuments, really the reason why they're doing that, because you got to create a new reality.
Yeah,
A new
yeah.
reality, you got to have a new whole setup, and you got to hide everything else. When you watch like movies like 1984, they don't even know like history.
Yeah.
Their history really starts in the George Orwell situation. It starts with the Great War or nuclear fallout that led to the different conglomeration of governments around the country.
Yeah.
And then they got these fake rivalries that they use to hate the other side as to the reason why. And they do these drills as if there's going to be a nuclear fallout, but they're just doing it as a means of control.
Right.
So a lot of this stuff that they're doing is actually because they're trying to set up a new world order in which a lot of history is going to be gone anyway.
And-
That's their plan. Go
And
ahead.
that's predicated upon what we just started off with, deception.
Yep.
Lies and deception, because now they can rewrite history.
You know what?
The truth is out there.
Excuse me for cutting you off.
Go
I
ahead.
was wondering why they were so passive. It's like, okay, we'll go ahead and take them down. You know what I mean?
It's all a setup, man.
Yeah, because they didn't push back. You know, when the BLM asked them, you know, we want the Thomas Jefferson, the Robert E. Lee's, and all the Confederate
Yeah.
statues down. I wonder why they didn't push back, why the system didn't push back.
Yeah.
And also, like, how passive the NFL is becoming now. Oh, you guys can kneel this season, and on top of that, you know, we're going to have some of the names of the victims on this jersey. They're going to put, like, Trayvon Martin and George Floyd. I saw that on
That's
yesterday.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 7.
Yeah, I saw that on, I'm like, really?
Our people like symbolism. We're very easily fooled.
Yep.
Symbolism, we'll take symbolism rather than actual tangible.
And in lieu with the national anthem, they're going to sing Lift Every Voice and Sing, the black national anthem before each game.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, yep. You see, they trying to dismantle it, man.
They're trying to soften us up before they lay the freaking hammer.
Come on, man.
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to make acts of appeasements that's going to make our guard down, and then they're just going to be, then they're going to just smash.
I was thinking like, well, we are 70%, you know, they need us. You know, I was thinking about this money, like, if we get them.
Money, they create money, bro.
Yeah.
They don't need money. They don't need our money. They don't need, you know what I'm saying?
Because see, when
don't
Jake
need our entertainment and
did,
The elites don't need our money. They got more than enough.
now check this out. Jake
You know
came
what I'm
out
saying?
on social media and stated that if we're going to do a blackout, meaning they ain't going to pay for nothing on July 7th. It don't make no sense. Because guess what? Negroes was out here yesterday buying up everything.
Yeah.
They buying up, okay, well, if y'all going to do that, well, it ain't going to make no difference of anything anyway.
About everything July 6th.
You done bought everything, but here's the thing, just like the brother said, they make the money. So it don't even it's just a facade of things.
Right.
And see, and the thing is when you have money absolutely means nothing unless you have some kind of thing behind it, as in people energy. That's what keeps money going, people energy.
It's why it's called currency.
It's called currency.
It's called currency for a reason.
Yeah,
It
so
flows.
yeah, it flows. So you do
Because of
work,
energy.
I give you this for that, so that you can buy that. But then when people start to get in their mind that it's worthless, or if the elite say, man, we ain't gonna use this system no more, it's nothing.
That's why they shoving it out.
They shoving it out because
That's when the people gonna go crazy. Because they're gonna be like, we're gonna have to my 401k, my pension.
Well, we talked about that. Take it out and just spend your bread, because now I'm gonna show you something. In the silver and gold market, you see the dollar in silver and the dollar in gold. The gold goes higher, more dollars to buy the gold, more dollars to buy the silver.
Right.
Now I watch that quite often. That silver was down to about $15 maybe like 3 years ago. The job is up to, like, when I go on there right now, they have what is called spot price. Spot price means that this is the price that it is on the market, but when you go to the dealerships, they're not selling. They're selling it way higher.
I never knew how to read all of that.
Yeah.
Wall Street.
Yeah. So what's happening is, 3 years ago, I could have went and bought some silver. Spot price $15. They sell it to me for $17. Now it's $17. Now they selling it for $23. So we're seeing that the silver is going up. So when they keep flushing this money out, now you need more dollars to pay for that silver. So when you see that thing shooting up, the dollar is getting weaker and weaker and weaker.
It's called inflation.
It's called inflation. And then the end result is what they want is hyperinflation, so that they can just go ahead and go to this new system.
What is this Bitcoin system?
Boy, that's
what they gonna transfer it to?
Virtual money.
Yeah, Bitcoin.
They're gonna transfer the dollar to
Digital money.
to that digital currency.
No, Bitcoin was a project that was designed to get the masses used to hearing about digital currency system and a successful digital currency system. Okay, so when they created that Bitcoin, it was really designed to
So that's not primarily the new money system.
not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
They can get rid of it.
They can,
or they, if you want to access it in the new system, you got to take a chip.
you got to take a chip, exactly.
Because what they could do, they could still make Bitcoin worth it.
Just putting something inside.
Yeah, and the whole thing is all about credits. The thing is about credits. So like you won't be operating with physical cash or anything.
Or plastic either, huh? Yeah.
Got it right here, man. They get, and then let's just say, for instance, they got you on tape or something and saying, well, I know the brother said that he was against the government or whatever. Boom, boom. Everything computerized. He's not with us. Zero out his chip.
Oh wow.
All your assets gone. They just take it like that. That's called 100% control. Because the minute you accept it and take it, it's 100% control you have given to these people. And you didn't give it to the Most High. So you've already made your allegiance.
Yeah.
I'm giving it to Edomite. So it's a wrap.
Yeah,
You done.
Be redeemable at all.
There's no redemption. Because you already chose.
Right.
Yep. And then after that, when the chip comes or is given to the masses, the Most High is going to mess it up anyway, because it's going to have a grievous sword fall upon all those that took it.
Yep.
So he's going to sabotage. The Most High going to sabotage the chip system anyway.
Yep.
By causing everybody that took it to have a sword that's going to come upon them.
Like
Snap.
lepers, like
Yeah, well, I'm gonna give you an example of what happened to this sister. The sister took the chip in 2001. She was one of the first people to take it. She put the chip in her hand, had it put in her right hand. Her whole arm turned cancerous.
wow.
She was up there, and she went before. I can't remember what state it was. She went before their little council, and she was telling them that this stuff was faulty and it's causing cancer. And so she had the thing taken out or whatever. But her whole arm was just big. You know, she was jacked up, man. And so, but that was pressed down. That's how you only found that if you was looking for it.
So
you see what I'm saying?
So we'll have to make the choice. They can't do it subliminally like with a vaccination.
No, they're gonna want your submission.
Yep, they're gonna want
They're
you.
not gonna force it on you.
They're gonna want you to take it.
They're gonna want you to actually acknowledge that you're taking it.
Yep.
That's not gonna come from the vaccination. They ain't gonna try to.
No, they can.
They can do it like
I told you the other day.
Yeah, they can do it that way.
Tell them about how the
So
thing works.
now check this out. In the vaccine, so they had this one of the ladies talking about the vaccine. These jokers have nanoparticles within these vaccines, right? The lady was up there talking about how the nanoparticles, them jokers can come together. They just come together.
They travel underneath the
They
skin.
can right inside that vaccine, inject that job into you, and they can come together. And let's say they want to, just like we said with the chip, something happened to you, man, this stuff can go into you and do whatever. They can cut your life out, whatever they want to do, man. The technology is high like that.
They got a remote control too.
They can throw a frequency and just take you out just like
The
that.
company that signed the deal with the government is called Applejet. The option on there has a carrier.
What's the name of it?
Applejet.
Applejet. Is it
APIJECT. It has an option. They have an option. The company has an option created where it has a carrier.
Yep.
RFID tag.
Yep.
That can go in your skin, inside of you, once you're injected.
That's nanotechnology right there. That's how
the chip is. I mean, it was made back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's like a grain of salt is a grain of rice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's all they got to do.
Yep.
People are already getting chipped out in Europe for their companies.
So yeah, what is that? Sweden is number one right now. They leading people going up there having chipping parties. I mean, these are Edomites though. They're going
up to their work, putting their hand. Ain't no sci-fi. They really doing it.
Yeah, they doing it.
And if you want to buy from the vending machine, you could go to the vending machine, be like this, and get your drink, get your snacks.
And they tried to hit Jake with that back in the day subliminally, you know, using that psyop when back when we were all into music. They had Fat Joe go up to the top of the thing. He threw his hand in front of the elevator. Elevator opened up. They was doing psyop on Jake, and they was like, man, he just threw his hand up there, man. What's up, man? Fat Joe.
A lot of our people don't even know what the mark of the beast is.
They don't even know what it is. And so when you accepting that, man, you accepting the devil's system. And so now,
but a lot of people gonna do it out of desperation because they gonna feel this somewhere they can.
Well, see, that's what we talk about too.
Let me get it for you.
We talk about that too because they don't have that seal of Yahweh and Yahawashi.
Yes.
See, when that Holy Spirit comes upon you, man, you know, like we talk about, things that get real rough, and then you have to, even though you have all this knowledge, the knowledge will turn to a point where it's gonna turn to faith. It's gonna be like, man, I can't do nothing else.
Yeah.
Most High would, you know, those that call upon my name shall be saved. You see what I'm saying? Hey, come on, just like that.
Yep. I'm gonna get this for you. The brother was talking about the silver.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and an howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. Howl ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off.
Come on. You see that?
So silver ain't gonna
save
from it.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna save
silver nor gold.
That's in Zephaniah.
This is Zephaniah. And there's another one in there just like that too.
And just think about this. Our people are looking at a monetary gain, but they've lost all the old ways. If you didn't have any money and you went out and you needed to get some food, only thing you're gonna be able to do is beg, or you're gonna have to steal. A lot of these people back in the old days, they grew their own stuff.
Right.
They knew what food was on the ground.
Right.
I guarantee you, Jake could walk through a forest and there'd be food all around him and he'll starve to death.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even know.
Right.
He wouldn't even know, man.
Right.
That's the crazy thing about it. Dude, stepping on food as he walks and don't even know that he can eat that and survive.
Right.
And so that old knowledge, people have to, you know, we don't even think about stuff like that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The scriptures talk about learning the old paths.
Right.
The old paths was what our ancient forefathers did. When they went out into the woods or whatever, they picked up their food, they brought it back, they went out hunting, brought their food. Yeah, just like that. They wouldn't know that you had locusts right there. They like, man, look at all these locusts, man, get the rain, boom, boom, boom. And then they up there don't have no food, not knowing that they can eat those locusts. That's the knowledge of the Most High right there. That's a lawful thing to eat this locust.
You know, that day, if it's known that you have food, you'll be a prey.
You're gonna be a prey.
You'll be a prey anyway. There's no prepping there's no like long-term prepping that's gonna save you.
Yeah, everybody got these underground bunkers. I've seen these shows, people storing up like years worth of food.
Well, see, in his,
water.
yeah, because you probably got to max about 3 months that you're gonna be able to. And I'm talking about a prepper. Max about 3 months they gonna make. After that, it's a wrap for them. Because what now? All your stores are done. Everything is done. People going in. They know you got food. I'm coming in for it. Everybody. If you look at the news right now, everybody's loading up on guns and ammo. They already setting the stage. They set the stage up. gonna see you. They.
Issachar, man. Issachar. Riding, flying the flag and everything.
Oh boy, and then got American right out there.
It's like green and white. It's like
A mixture of Mexican
like a
and
Mexican
American, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, so yeah, prepping ain't gonna work in the long run.
Well, that's part of the protest.
Yeah.
yeah.
This go into like how we were talking about the mark of the beast, and you said that some people gonna be feeling desperate and gonna have to go and take it. And the brother said that it's all about putting your trust in the Most High. This is the book of Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Yet he also is wise, talking about the Lord, and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Woo. So, yeah, and he say, and against the help of them that work iniquity.
That's the enemy right there.
Yeah.
So he's going to collapse this entire system, the political system, financial system, educational system, all this stuff.
Man,
that we
he gonna
thought
wreck
as
shop.
like some type of
The institution.
And eventually this whole place.
Yeah.
This whole place gonna be wilderness.
Yeah, that's what we're not saying about no
yeah.
statues being taken down.
The
Most
scriptures,
going to destroy from sea to shining sea.
Yeah.
the scriptures say that this place ain't gonna even exist. Nobody gonna ever live here. It's gonna be nothing but lizards and snakes and dragons.
Basically desert animals.
It's gonna be desert.
Right.
Yep.
Only thing that's going to be able to survive here is desert animals.
Right.
Yep.
Rattlesnakes.
All praise.
And cockroaches.
Right. That's the curse of America. That's the curse of
Yep.
Yeah, this place gonna be like a Sahara Desert, man. You saw that big old windstorm with the sand coming over?
Yeah.
It's almost like a
And
precursor.
all the nations is going to know the reason why it's destroyed.
Yep.
So
All
when
of
they say
it.
Because they
Babylon
rebelled
the Great
against-
is falling, is it talking about America in the Bible when it says Babylon the Great
Oh
is
yeah.
falling?
Yeah.
That's talking about America.
That's this place.
There's no one here.
Because it said all the merchants that
Yep.
Yeah.
was
Yeah, because when you look at
all crying and stuff.
yeah, if you look at like import, you have export, you have import.
Right.
The number one importer, the country where the most amount of imports come to is here.
Yeah.
We're not the major exporter. The biggest exporter is China.
Right.
But when it comes to importing,
We are consumers.
correct, we're
Yeah.
a consumer country.
Yeah.
That lets you know that it's talking that the merchants that well,
Yep.
you can get that out.
They're not getting that
Yeah,
money.
they ain't getting that bread no more.
Get the merchants that well
I
because
saw
of
that in
destruction.
Revelation. Yeah, it says. I always thought that was talking about America.
Yeah.
Babylon the Great is falling. Yeah.
Yeah. Them boys make a lot of bread off of America.
Yeah.
This is a debtor country. We constantly spending and getting
That's why
ourselves.
everybody look to us
It's
for
18.
fashion and music.
Yeah.
We create the culture for the rest of the world, America. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because it's basically
It's like Rome. Rome exported their culture. That's the reason why there's really nothing for our people to brag about what the rest of the world copies.
Yeah.
Because they're copying the wickedness of our people. Nothing that is exported from our people here is righteous.
Say that again, right? Say that again. Train.
What's up?
It's nothing for our people to brag about. What? Say that again. Train.
Yeah, I said when our people brag about what comes out of here and people mimicking our people,
Yeah.
they're copying the wickedness of our people.
Right.
There's nothing to mimic. What we're supposed to copy is us following these laws.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what the world
dress
is.
code, the culture, the singing,
Yeah.
hip hop.
Yeah, twerking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that stuff that we brag about
It's
is
degradation.
nothing.
Yeah, degradation.
It's nothing.
Yeah, because when you think about it, we the best in pretty much everything.
Yeah.
In righteousness, Yahweh set us above everybody.
Right.
In wickedness, we the best in everything.
Exactly.
Jake do wickedness better than the wicked.
Yeah.
And that's why even Edomites,
We're the face of all degradation. Pretty much.
yeah, and they made us the face of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because when they push LGBT, who they put on the cover? When they put certain things, it's clothes.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
That's why the Most High ain't for equality, man.
Okay.
Like the scriptures
so
say,
this
he
movement
put us
is-
up above every
Yeah.
other people on the face of the
Right.
earth.
So this movement is just emotions, just raw emotions of black people
Basic.
just wanted to
Yeah.
be accepted into this
Yeah.
country or system.
Cause how many times we done more, like we say, Groundhog's Day, bro.
Yeah.
You ever seen the movie Groundhog's Day? Whenever, what's his name? Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
He kept waking up doing the same thing every day.
Right.
The same exact thing, like a routine. He waking up, be like, damn, it's the same thing he's doing over and over.
Right.
That's what our people doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You
And I
know,
was telling them last week, I'm
One of our people
from
get
Alabama,
murdered in the
so I
streets.
saw that.
One of our people get murdered in the streets.
The same routine.
And then they go out and protest.
Yeah,
Then they
yeah.
be like, everybody go to the polls and vote.
And Esau tells you when
Yeah.
to go protest because they start putting
Yeah.
it all over the news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like they put a battery in us.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, George Floyd, but
Uh-huh.
the week before, someone else got killed.
Yeah.
Last year, the same way.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Everybody go out and
But
vote.
because it wasn't on
protest.
national news, nobody went to national protest.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, over and over. It's a routine.
And really, when you look at this, we was back in the day. We used to be on the corner down there, and we had a group of people. Channel 13 was right on the corner over there.
Watching y'all.
No.
Now, saw us, wouldn't bring that camera to us for nothing. Like the brother said, the protests are orchestrated. Now, if they want to see something, why are all these brothers on these corners up here teaching with all these signs preaching this Bible? TV right there, cameras right there. Turn that sucker.
Wow.
Would not put it on us. Unless you know it's all set up. It's all a setup.
Yeah. And y'all was out here preaching during the protest when it was going on.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Back in the day, we were down there. You know, when the gay pride stuff was going on, we was right there in the midst of that stuff, teaching,
Denouncing it, yeah.
denouncing the stuff. Hey man, people what? We ain't had no news feeds and nothing. Boy, it's the car. It's the car. We ain't had nobody throwing those cameras on us. They were like, no, don't put them. They going away, man. They don't want to see.
In fact, what's his name? You know, I don't know if you're familiar with Fox News, Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Tucker Carlson, he done went up after work
And
go up and talk to Israelite camps and ask them
Come on.
about what they teach.
And y'all see what's happening with Tucker Carlson. They up there trying to get this dude to run for president in 2024 or whatever. Yeah, that's when the next.
Oh, he came and exited. He
Yeah.
came and exited camps when they was what y'all.
Yeah, went out there, went and talked
in
to
New
him.
York,
Talk
one
to
of the
him.
GMS camps.
Talk straight to him.
On camera.
On
They
camera?
had him on camera.
Tucker Carlson.
When he go up, he ain't gonna bring him up.
Yeah. He ain't gonna
And he
bring.
was influential at that time.
And what it lets you know, that these people know what's going on.
Yeah.
They know why brothers are out here, because the scriptures say that in those last days that we'll be out here.
They're afraid.
Right.
Yep,
They're afraid.
Right.
Cause they know, like they fear is the same thing that they did to us. The same thing they did to us is gonna happen to them. That's their fear.
Right.
You know, which is true. It's gonna happen to them.
Right. I read that in scripture.
Yeah.
So they
That's
don't feel,
Isaiah.
they don't feel that BLM and the demonstration.
Oh,
No, that's all.
That's all
They're controlling that. That's
yeah,
controlled opposition.
Yeah, that's controlled opposition.
They ain't
right
scared
there.
of that.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of these Edomites that are on the other side, the opposing side, your
Yes.
MAGA people, they're not scared, but they're using it because it's going to allow them to justify attacking us. So they're like, oh, look, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Man, they're trying to make a communist takeover. But some of them be knowing that stuff is set up for
Yeah.
them to justify committing violence against us.
Because they see
It goes into their agenda as well.
Yeah.
They see their own people out there busting them windows. They know that everybody got IG. Everybody looking at IG saying, "Look,
You know, Edomites out there doing first of all, when was the last time you heard Jake say all cops are bastards?
man, Jake don't do that."
Even call them pigs.
Yeah.
ACAB, all cops.
Yeah.
I heard
They-
that
they-
little chant at the city hall one day. I'm like,
Yeah, that's
sound
Esau.
like-
That's
yeah,
Esau.
That sounds like some white boy shit.
Yeah. So they set it up, man.
They setting it all up.
Them Edomites gonna go back. Like I said, when
Infiltrate.
stuff go back down, all them Black Lives Matter Edomites, they're gonna go back to Montrose, Midtown. They're gonna go back to River Oaks. They're gonna go back to all their little
Yep.
suburbs.
Yep.
And they're gonna be sipping on a caramel macchiato, watching our people get slaughtered. And all they're gonna do is put hashtags on Twitter.
Now, and then we got this new little up and coming group that's up
So the
here trying
Edomites,
to.
those young white Edomites, they just kind of like infiltrating or just.
Yeah.
Just watch.
Yeah, they know the deal.
Yeah, they know the game.
They know the deal.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that's doing the vandalism.
Yeah.
When they go out there, you saw it. I had the video. I
Yeah.
did one of the lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah, two of them girls, they went up, they're walking,
And then the sister came up there and checked him.
And she's like, what are y'all doing? That's not what we trying to do.
They gonna think it's us. And that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Well, what is for you to be classified as a terrorist?
And then they got these new dudes coming out right now. I don't know if you've seen, what's the dude's name? The agent, he looking like Morpheus up there telling everybody to grab arms
Grandmaster J.
Grandmaster J.
Grandmaster J.
So he out here, you know, dude used to be in the Kemetic science stuff. Now he claiming Hebrew Israelites. Don't bring out no scriptures or nothing like that.
Polite? No, it's a different brother.
No. He a different brother, but he just trying. He's an agent. He's setting our people up.
Okay.
Up here telling
He's in
him.
Houston?
No. He's up in where's he?
In New York.
New York. Yeah, he in New York.
But he's down in Atlanta right now.
Trying
Yeah.
to start some.
Yeah, telling everybody to gather arms and everything. He gonna get a lot of people slaughtered.
Yeah.
And you know these and then a lot of our
These
people.
people already militarized. I saw tanks this time, man. We saw that before since the 60s. People got tanks out here. Tactical gear. They for real.
Yeah, these dudes, man. These dudes is, hey man,
They're
the people.
wanting to slaughter our people.
These people, man.
Like they just want what they're doing is trying to build the legal case for the slaughter.
Yeah.
Because they already started. Started talking about the black identity extremists.
Yeah.
That was after Black Lives Matter was created by George Soros, and he put up 3 lesbian women to be basically the de facto leaders.
For the face of.
Yeah, so they're setting it up already. And then all they got to do, and Trump is already saying that the Black Lives Matter is a terrorist or is violent and all this stuff. He's already starting out them code words. So all they got to do is just say
One
that,
incident is going down.
yeah, all they got to do is say Black Lives Matter is a black identity extremist group and a domestic terrorist group. And Trump already, early last month, Trump already signed the activation of the Insurrection Act of 1807.
Yeah, I heard that.
Which basically allows them to fight the states to basically get people prepared against domestic terrorism. And then you have something called Strong Cities Network. Strong Cities Network was a UN initiative that was passed that would basically allow the everyday citizens to basically monitor people and turn in information about people that they view as potential terroristic threat in their cities.
Right.
Now you got the rise of Karen.
That's sort of what Minnesota gonna try to do.
Yeah.
You know, they trying to get rid of the police department and have the citizens on patrol.
And then you got Florida doing the same thing. You know, Florida wants to deputize citizens, you know, because they talking about the police ain't doing nothing.
Because if you get rid of the police department, you can immediately federalize security. Meaning you can centralize it. You can centralize it and take it away out of the hands of the state. Or you can centralize it to the state. Because remember, you got municipal, and you got city government, you got state government, you got federal, right? So if you take away the local police, because all police departments are all considered municipal, city-based organizations. If you can make it state, now you can get rid of them, and then you can put them in the hands of the National Guard. Because then each governor can then deploy the National Guard, which is what Trump wants, is giving the power to the governors to do. Because it'll make
everything a police state pretty much.
That's the whole point.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
Wow.
You know,
So them saying defund the government is really helping their agenda.
Yes.
That's it.
And guess who's pushing it? Our people.
Our people got our faces all in the front, and they like, yeah, go. And man, people still talking about voting. Hey, dude, what is that gonna do for you?
One sister, she was making the point about, I think Sylvester Turner just passed, like, I think $1 billion for Houston Police Department. Like $90 million. They was in City Hall, in front of City Hall the other day talking about that. They need to defund the police. These black sisters was out there saying that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and then you know they're gonna same sisters are saying defund the police. Where the black man at protecting us?
Yeah. Because when
While some of these women that are complaining have straight up autonomy. There's no man over them. In the scriptures, every woman in the scriptures, if you examine it, had a male authority over it. Every single one.
Right.
Every single one, there's a man attached to it. If you go to the Old Testament, every single woman, you knew what man she was under. Even if it was her uncle.
Yeah. These was young black sisters, I guess they was educated, probably.
That's even worse. Because that's where they're getting that mentality from.
From college,
I went to college.
Yeah.
They get confused with Marxist ideology and feminism.
Yep.
Which is the deadliest combination.
Yeah, which is the Jezebel spirit, pretty much.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yep, because all these women that are on the Black Lives Matter are all Marxists.
Yeah.
And see, under Marxism, and I was saying this months ago,
2 Timothy say these
before
are
this
the
was
types.
even revealed, I said the agenda of the elites is to turn this into a Stalin-like regime. It's a combination of fascism with communism. And anytime you want to bring about a socialist regime, it always requires a massive blood sacrifice.
Yeah.
They're called the Red Terror.
Yeah.
You have Mao Zedong and you have Stalin.
Right.
They kill people left and right.
By the millions, yeah.
Created starvation, famines, all that. Lock up political prisoners,
Right.
execute political prisoners, execute intellectuals,
Right.
because intellectuals is the ones that have the understanding of how to overturn it,
Right.
and they have an understanding of history.
Right.
Yep.
And they get rid of, that's the people that they target when they begin to do these things.
What do you guys think about Cornel West? I think he's pretty sharp. But
Who?
Cornel West.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Man, when you looking at all these professors and everything, man, if they not locked into this here, man,
Yeah.
they ain't got it.
I'm asking you a question. Does Cornel West push you to vote?
Does he what now?
Does he say that we should vote?
I think he, yeah.
He's out of there, Jack.
Yeah,
He's off the rip, he's out of there, just off of that.
Yeah.
The fact that he supports a political system, a system that oppresses us, he ain't no intellectual.
Right, okay.
Yeah. He's a charlatan.
Yeah, you just got that gift of gab. That's it.
Charlatan. It's like him and Michael Eric Tyson.
Yeah, he talked,
Yeah.
They're all charlatans.
Man,
What about Farrakhan? Farrakhan too?
they fair.
Farrakhan is charlatan, but Farrakhan,
You know, he on his own thing. That's a different ideology.
he's
Yeah.
better than they are, because at least he
He has
condemns the government.
Yeah,
Right,
he condemns the government. Yeah,
Right.
that's about it. But
Right.
you know, he just had a little thing this morning. I think it was he had some kind of whatever. I don't know what they call it. It's some kind of web thing where
I saw it, he is in white.
Yeah, he was all in white.
An
man.
update on where we at?
And you know, and the rhetoric, it's the same stuff. It's the same stuff. You know, he came out and his speech was kind of like a Messiah complex.
Yeah.
I heard that before with a guy by the name of Ben Ami. And when I heard the beginning of it, I was like, I was kind of like,
Yeah, he do take on that persona like he's the
Yeah.
godfather of the black community or something.
Yeah,
That's why
Yeah, man, what you call him, get that persona. I get that from Dick Gregory too sometimes. Like he won't, yeah.
Well, Gregory, well, he dead now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, he died, right? Yeah,
he's dead.
Yeah, I used to get that from him sometimes.
Yeah, but yeah, man.
Gregory was just lacing you up on what he knew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He had a lot of wisdom to him.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, a lot of our older generation,
Yeah.
they failed the younger generation.
Yeah.
But the Most High had a generation that he was gonna have raise up to wake up to this, because it wasn't meant for a lot of them to get it. In fact, a lot of them that are older, they got to get it from younger brothers.
Yeah.
That's the way the Most High set it up. I even talked to the brother from Chicago, and he's in his 50s, and he was like, man, he's like, this thing is not even about age. He said it's about, he said he has no pride about learning for somebody that's 20-something years younger than him.
And you know
He has
what?
no pride, and that's what a lot of these older people, they're gonna have to do. If they're gonna believe, they're gonna have to listen to younger people like us.
He said the young man would have vision, the old man dream dreams. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's a hard thing for a lot of our people to do, because I know this brother that went through it. I done went through it with our family members way up there. They be like, you try to tell them something and they can't hear you. They're like, I ain't finna listen to this dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You giving them nothing but gold.
Right.
I'm gonna give you the treasure of life. How you get eternal life? And then they gonna be like, man, I ain't hearing you. And they go to that pork chop pastor and let him fill them with all of that lie. All of that lie. And then they ain't trying to hear
And our
nothing.
people love lies. A lot of our people know they're being lied to, because even they'll say certain things like, man, I know Jesus black.
Yeah.
But then you go to their house,
You got the white, yeah.
I know you ain't.
You know-
I know you were supposed to celebrate Christmas, but they'll put that tree up every time. They'll have one inside the church.
Yeah.
And so that lets you know right there, man. You like, they love being lied to, man.
Yeah.
They love the
then it
lie.
tells you about what happens to those that love it and make it the lie.
Woo, they shall have their part in the lake of fire, man.
Yep.
So that's the thing, you know, and you try to tell, and these are simple things, man. These are
Right.
simple things. Don't do that. Don't do that right there. See what you're doing? Don't do that.
Right.
Grown men and women. I'm gonna do it anyway. They don't even realize what they doing.
Right.
They like, Man, I ain't gonna tell me nothing. The repercussions is right here. It's fire.
Right.
Tell them all day long. Them jokers are still doing.
Jeremiah talked about the trio. I mean, that's
Yeah,
first book. I mean,
Yeah, Jeremiah
verse
10.
Yeah,
Yep.
he said,
Jeremiah
don't do what the heathens do.
Yep. All this evil communication, man, is jacking our people up, man, and they just keep on sucking up that game.
That's why that curse is come upon our people to the uttermost.
Yeah.
Like Paul said.
Yeah.
He said, therefore their sins have come built up to the uttermost.
Yeah.
And then the Most High is just unleashing the freaking pain on our people, man.
Yeah.
Like, he
That's
is
why
just,
I know when I first got here, like I said, it's not that bad on the, I mean, guys smoke the cake too, but it's a real bad epidemic, especially when I'm walking down, back and forth down Main. I see like young brothers spaced out.
Oh, yeah,
To themselves and
Seen
stuff.
that brother
K2.
just passed just now.
That K2 got them gone, man.
That was that brother just passed. You seen him doing karate down here right there.
See,
Then when he
see.
came right here, he was saying something I didn't even know what he was talking about.
See, Jake trying to get away from this hell, and what's happening is they go into that space when they hit that K2, they be gone for about 20, 30 minutes, but then they come right back.
Because I didn't
And
see
they try to
that
get
the last
away
time.
from it again. Give me another hit so I can get
Because I
away
went
from it.
actually downtown. This time I'm actually downtown. Because last time I was here, like I said, I was in third ward.
Yeah.
That
I was
brother
more
be on
around,
right
you
there.
know,
That brother right here on the pole.
yeah, I was around some normal people. But being like raw downtown, that's epidemic.
yeah, they just make their way down here.
Man, we
Yeah,
done
because
seen
they-
the dude fall like a tree flat on his
Yeah, I
face.
saw that the other day.
Bam! Like right there. And
Yep.
stayed down for about 15 minutes, then got
I don't
up
know
like
if
ain't
it's-
nothing
I don't
happened.
know if this the price point of it that they can't afford the doty or what we call loud back in the South. You know, if I'm gonna smoke, I'm gonna give me some real doty. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna smoke no fake weed.
Man, with that K2, I don't know what they K.
I don't know what they're putting in it, bro. But it's-
Potpourri.
Yeah, that's that
That's what
potpourri.
it
Like you put in your house for
Like-
smell good.
like
It's potpourri.
fragrance.
Yeah, and they still go out and smoke
It's
that, man.
potpourri. They just
Man,
put
that's
certain
a- yeah.
chemicals on there like
I was asking another brother, man, what's wrong with these young brothers down here tripping?
they killing their brain
I
cells,
mean,
man.
cats,
Yeah.
they roll back at the crib, they may pop a bean or smoke some kush. I mean, not that kush, but what
Yeah,
we
yeah.
call kush back at home. See, a brother come out here and get tricked and be on that.
That's
kush.
them. That's,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
See, what we call kush back in the A in Alabama is
Yeah.
like it's a brand of marijuana. It's
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
no-
Yeah.
That's still too like that.
Yeah.
It's just these manufacturers, these Chinese and these other folks that manufacture that potpourri,
They done put that name on
they
it.
putting their name on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kush is
Yeah.
a form, like a brand of
It's a
weed.
strain of weed.
Yeah.
Ain't no
And see,
fake
that
weed.
stuff is banned in a lot of. I think it's banned out here now, ain't it?
It is banned, but these convenience stores,
They
Yeah,
should do
They be
that.
having-
but the manufacturer, see what they doing? They ban the chemical in it that's messing you up. So what they do, they go and create another chemical, and then they put it back out.
Yeah.
And they just keep getting around the law like that. That's how they
Now I
keep
go
putting
to
it out.
the bread place down here in the morning, grab a cup of coffee and a bagel. Young cats, I'm somebody in their 20s.
Gone.
Laid out, man. I'm like, it's crazy.
Gone. They'll stand up like leaning over like
Yeah.
this for hours.
Yeah. Them jokers will be up there on
They
their
come
feet just
back,
leaned
Go
over.
to the medical center, come back, and they still like this.
Still like that.
Yep.
Like don't even flinch. Be like that for hours.
that's
man.
I feel like they like the Ark of the Covenant. Like,
Yeah. But if somebody come around there and do something, they gonna wake up right quick and be like alert. But any other day, just stay there like a statue, man. That stuff crazy. I guess they like that feeling.
Man, hey, they trying to get away from it, man. It's mental anguish for a lot of Jakes out here, so they just try to get that freedom, and then, you know, they go into their little world. They got this movie out there. It's a weird movie, man. I had pulled it up, man. It's called The Wave. This dude, he hit this stuff. It was some dope he hit, and that dude just started geeking. I mean, he going to all these different places. It was a weird movie, but he wasn't in his right faculties. He was in another place. He was laying down on a pillow in one instance, the clouds, and they had a beautiful girl next to him. And that's probably what two dudes probably experiencing right there, bro.
Probably
They
go
hit-
to an island on the beach.
yeah.
and it's all part of the reason why they have such a big drug culture in Babylon is because they want to keep the masses confused.
that part
So that way they'll be able to-
cultural type of.
Yeah, a lot of people are already in the deceptive mind because they're not sober-minded. They're gonna accept the new world order when it comes because they're already been conditioned. That's why a lot of people get fooled by Black Lives Matter protests, man.
Right.
If you go to these Black Lives Matter protests, I wouldn't be surprised if it smells like a bunch of weed.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
they have to. Because, see, that's going to bring you into a state of being able to be, your inhibitions to be lowered to receive
There was
the
the brothers
deceptive
them,
messages.
I seen Scar and them, they was at some vigil in Atlanta. And
Yeah,
a big
oh,
old
man, that was messed
fight
up.
broke out there and all kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they was
It was like on the right hand side in the car.
drinking that hard liquor, smoking that
They're
weed.
getting drunk
Them
and
demons
smoking
just
weed.
start popping.
Right.
With the loud music on.
And he had
And you got the candles lit.
Right.
Some of them probably got some Ephah, some Canaanite stuff.
Yep.
It's Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know, they probably got the freaking
Ogun up in there.
or
Yeah.
some other demon.
These
Shango, they probably done got Shango on that thing, and they,
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, Atlanta.
Man,
Y'all
hey,
something
man.
about it.
You know.
Yeah, they got the America Badu and then you got Reese sisters over there. That ain't right, brother. They
Yeah.
look natural and beautiful but you might
You got that monster inside
Yeah,
of
you
him.
wake up to a witch in the morning. Boy, I tell
This-
you, man.
Yeah, this is
Be like that
This-
woman on
Yeah, they got the
Oh,
dreads,
nah.
they got the locks, and all
what was
the
that movie on that series that everybody was hyped up over?
she hate me, she got
the
me.
Kingdom, the Seven Kingdoms. The Seven Kingdoms, man. It was like with them dudes, man. It was on HBO. The series on HBO. It was about Seven Kingdoms. I can't remember the name of the series.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Okay, yeah.
That woman on there with the red gown, the witch woman.
Yeah.
She used to look pretty, but if in real life, like when she returned it to herself,
Right.
that joker was wicked.
Yeah, them sisters, you got plenty of those sisters. It's a little spot down there we used to go to called the Apache Cafe. It's downtown Atlanta next to Georgia Tech. Smooth little aura. There's a lot of vibe heads, what I call vibe heads.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey man, I saw that too, bro.
What he did.
Hey, opposite. Hey, look, opposite over there when y'all talking. You just over there
I
like.
seen it.
Slick.
I'm like, we standing distance. So
Hey, just in case.
Hey, look, I was just gonna go ahead and be like,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah, we see.
you know.
Slick.
Hey, boy,
You have to look. You have to mirror this.
Hey man, oh wow, right there.
This spot here, it gets a lot of different spirits because of the music. They play that neo soul, like Maxwell.
Yeah, that's us seducing spirits.
Yeah,
The music is seducing spirits, too.
Then they got the poetry,
Yeah.
they got the vibes and verses.
Yeah, they
They
did.
got the drinks, they got the
Yeah,
weed
bohemian
going,
style
they
and
got
stuff,
the-
yeah.
yeah. So it's a mixture. You meet some beautiful sisters in there, but wow, boy, I mean, it's some character.
You got it. Yeah, they want you to worship at the
They want you to write them a
It's-
poem. I met one sister, she like,
You got to call her God.
we couldn't communicate. We had to write, leave me a poem on the refrigerator.
Now you got to do like what's the name?
Yeah.
Like polite.
Give your poem.
Leave me a poem on the refrigerator and tell me, you know what I'm saying, why we just can't have a conversation?
Damn.
Yeah, they be out like that. She believed in this energy and
Yeah, they through.
universe and yin
When
yang type
when you hear
thing.
them,
I'm like,
when you hear them women start talking about chakras and stuff like
Yeah,
that, through.
yeah.
Them women are through. You can't
that's
deal
that,
with them.
That's the spirit of the snake or the serpent, man.
Yeah, they do with
That's
that.
the slave girl
With
had.
that.
She told Paul and them that they was preaching the gospel. She had the spirit of the serpent there. Yeah.
Shoot, you gotta watch out for that. See, a lot of times when Jake going out looking for women, you gotta actually ask the Creator for a woman that loves the Creator more than than she loves you. Because if she loves the Creator more than you, then you know she gonna try to do the best that she could to please the Creator, and that's not jacking over
Yeah,
Jake.
a lot of weirdos.
You know what I'm saying?
When it comes to the sisters, they gone off that black culture.
Yeah,
They went so deep.
yep.
They go to them black expos and get that shea butter in their head and cocoa oil, and they just go crazy. They really think they Nefertiti's then. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
indoctrinated with that stuff, and now it become
Yeah.
a god to them. Like
Yeah.
the whole.
And that's it. That's the whole
They be
thing.
thinking they a god.
God.
Yeah,
become
and they
what
want
is.
you to worship them.
Yeah.
And that goes back to the serpent in the garden. Because
Yep.
the serpent in the garden, when you read it, how he got her is she wanted to be worshipped.
Right.
So he told her, hey, the reason why the Lord don't want you to eat from that tree, because if he knows if you eat from it, you'll be like gods.
Right. Right.
So the first person that was tempted to be called the God and be worshipped as a God was the woman.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that
diva and goddess and
Yeah.
stuff.
Come on.
All
Yep.
these different titles.
And all that stuff recycles over and
yeah,
over.
diva literally means goddess.
Yeah. Divination. Yeah.
Yep,
Yep.
and that goes into divination. So yeah, that's the reason why they're in that mode. And that's the reason why Babylon introduced feminism. Feminism deals with that. Feminism deals with the initial temptation of Eve. The feminist doctrine. It deals with her initial temptation because the elites understood that all these women inside of them, they have their temptation to be worshipped like a god, and that goes back to Eve, man. That's the original temptation.
Yeah. Jezebel, Jehu was coming to put on the makeup.
Yeah. And that's why a lot of these young dudes want to be females.
Yeah.
Because they see in the energy, they see in the adoration and the worship and the protection and the of the woman. So they're designed to be a woman too.
Yep. Yep.
Because they understand that this society gives them privileges.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now I had this trend at a gig, man. Dude was all the way through.
Yeah.
So dude come in there, man, and I'm talking about throwing his stuff all on his employees over there or whatever.
Right.
And man, giving them living hell. What they do with the trans while they find everybody in the business, promote him up.
Wow.
Dude coming in, taking his hormones. Dude already turned into a woman. His face all. I'm like, man, the dude used to come to me and ask me to, I gotta help everybody with their computer issues or whatever. And I was like, man, every time I saw the dude, my stomach hurt.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, man, I was like, I can't look at this guy, man. I was like, God. He come to me, I was like, man, what you need, man? Because I could see his reflection in my, I got pictures on my stuff. I was like, hey, man, what you need, man? He said, I need you to do this here for me. I said, okay, cool, hold on. Boom, boom, boom. All right, it's done. And then he tried to talk, I said, hey, man, I gotta go. I got this phone call.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was doing stuff like that.
Off the mask, bro.
Yeah, because I couldn't, and you're looking at that stuff,
They're
man.
trying to force that on us, though, man.
They tried to force it.
Trying to force that.
And they had all the people from corporate came down to tell the people that they better accept it. If you don't accept it, you out of there.
Hate crime. Yeah.
Went over there to the, I'm talking about.
They already got this 2 weeks ago, or last week. They just passed the federal Supreme Court law against discrimination against transgender people.
Right.
So they added them to the list of. So man, the whole thing has been a setup for it.
That medicine, the HIV medicine, where they trying to like put the.
Oh yeah, they having the commercials all the time.
Oh yeah. Oh, they pushing them.
Like,
So they try to tell people, go ahead and do your dirt. Go
Which
ahead.
I remember I was kidding around with this dude like many years ago. This is like maybe 17, 18 years ago. And I said, man, one day, he said, what if they end up having a cure? What do you think is going to happen with all the stuff that's really being pushed and alternative lifestyles? What happens if they come out with a way to cure? I said, bro, it's going to be.
Yeah.
And that's what they did because they basically brought out what was like a cocktail. And a lot of these higher ups, even back in the 90s, they knew about that. Rock stars and other entertainers.
Yeah.
They knew about getting a combination of the AIDS medicine, the HIV medicine. Right. And what they were doing was they were already taking those. So that way when they slept with women, they wasn't going to get transmitted. So they was already taking it's called an AIDS cocktail. It's basically a set of drugs that they would take when they would go out and they would do their stuff. So it'll prevent you from being able to get it. Okay. Because they already had the antibodies or whatever in them to take care of it. So all they did now is they just made it into one pill. And now they're saying, listen, if you just take one, and then they lessen the side effects, which it still has side effects. And they say, listen, if you take one of these a day, you will prevent transmission to your partner if you have it, or prevent you from getting it if you don't have it. And that's why they're pushing that out there. They've been having the people that are at the top, the rich ones, they had the money to pay over the counter for that stuff from their physician and be spending thousands of dollars a month so they can live that rock star lifestyle. Run to these women.
That lady Mukovich that they arrested that was underneath Fauci, she said that they had that thing way when she was back there. That was 25 years ago or whatever. I don't know how many years ago that was when she was underneath Fauci or whatever, but she said they had that way back then, and Fauci's like, no, we can't let that loose. We can't let that loose. They start putting, like you said, you got to have that bread. You got to be up there in the upper left.
Now it's available.
Now it's available to everybody.
It's available.
Made enough money, I guess.
Yeah. See.
And they won't pay out.
It's called PrEP.
Yeah.
It's called PrEP. Pre-exposure prolactis or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like an acronym.
Because they got the guys on there cutting.
Yeah. I mean, you can imagine what and mind you, what did they do first before they did that? They spent the last 20 years, really the last 30, because you got to go back to like RuPaul, like people that were put in the space, Ellen DeGeneres. They started putting these people out there in the public eye.
Yeah.
So they've been doing this for the last 30 years, pushing alternative lifestyle.
Right.
And then now, after the whole AIDS scare, like remember, Real World, if you watch Real World San Francisco, they put that dude Pedro on there. The Cuban dude.
Yeah.
He had AIDS. And they put his story out there, had him on Real World, living with the people and everything like that. He died, became a name among people. Then you had your boy Ryan White. Liberace, Rock Hudson.
Yeah.
No, what's the dude? The dude from Queen.
Yeah.
The dude from Queen, he died of AIDS too.
Yeah.
The lead singer.
The Versace guy, he was an AIDS.
Yeah. You had the dude, what was the Olympian dude?
Not Luganis, was it?
Tennis player.
Arthur Ashe.
Yeah.
You had Arthur Ashe.
Greg Louganis.
Greg Louganis.
Yeah.
Greg Louganis. Remember the diver?
Yeah.
And they paraded him in the Olympics.
Right.
He also, so once they started doing that, then Magic Johnson, but then now, after you've spent you spent about 50 years since the 70s pushing an alternative lifestyle, was able to slowly make it mainstream, and then to make it acceptable by Generation Z, which is these younger kids that were born in the late 90s, or,
Yeah.
now their generation, majority of them are down with the lifestyle.
Yeah.
They're okay with it.
Yeah.
So now,
Saw two kids holding hands a minute ago.
yes. So now, all you got to do is say, hey, you want to enjoy this lifestyle, we got this pill. And we're going to make it affordable for you. If you can't afford it, the government got funds for you to get it for free.
All to keep you in that wickedness, man.
Just so they can keep you tied into that. And that goes into what's called their sorcery. Big Pharma, the name farming literally means sorcery.
Yeah.
So when they call themselves Big Pharma, that means they're a big sorcerer.
They're the big source.
So we're going to go ahead and get something on that. This is Isaiah chapter 47, starting at verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. This is talking about Babylon. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg. Uncover thy thigh, pass over the river. Thy nakedness shall be covered, yea,
Right.
thy shame shall be seen.
All the lies that this place done told, they come into light.
That's why they censor it.
Yeah.
Fact check it.
Right.
When you go on Instagram, you put something that's true, they blur it out and be like,
Come on.
yeah, just fact check. They do that on Twitter.
Yeah.
They do that on Facebook. Because why? They're being exposed.
Yep.
And this is the stuff that on mainstream they won't even say. But on the alternative media, they're like, just like what did Rockefeller say about the internet?
He say the internet never should have been created because it exposes too much.
Rockefeller. This is on video.
This is on
This ain't
video.
no quote. People come up with quotes and they put a picture.
Yep.
No, you can go on this in front of the Senate committee.
Yep.
He's like, the internet should have never been created to give it to the masses.
Yep. It should have never been created.
Because since then, certain things have been exposed, and now it's gotten to the point that they got a censor on YouTube.
Yeah. Come on, look.
Real?
They hitting. Guess who they're attacking right now? The health people. So you got certain health people online. I always watch these health people. They starting to yank their videos. They taking it all
It's
down.
exposing this COVID stuff.
Well, no, not that. I'm talking about just people with cures. Like say for instance, you.
Dr. Sebi or somebody.
Anybody. You go on there. Let's say for instance, you decide to make a YouTube video and you say, oh, I know how to get rid of prostate cancer or something like that. And you know how you have to do your stuff. This is for information purposes only, but it's true information. YouTube will come in there, even though you have that statement on there, yeah, yank your job out. Now the statement allowed you to keep it up there, but even if you have the statement, they're taking it down. And now the people are getting, now there's a censor on health truths now. They don't want that out because now if I show you how to do something, now you ain't gonna need the system. So I gotta hit you before, I can't let you get that knowledge, because if you got that knowledge, you can pass it on to your friends, your children or whatever, and then they know how to heal themselves, and then in the hospitals, the bread is low. You know what I'm saying? So
these advertisers now they putting a lot of pressure on Facebook and Instagram about hate speech now.
Yeah,
so-called hate speech. You know, it's really like brothers like us. Speaking the truth.
Right. And they did
That's
another.
why we got to be careful how we
word things.
How we word things, how we speak.
And then they had one on IG come up talking about terms like him, he, and she. Because they want this little, what do they call that, binary job to take place.
See?
You see the energy? See the energy?
You see, we were just talking about it.
Just so, yeah, like, hey. Yeah, what that energy, you heard his voice, man. That's not a manly voice for that. Something about ice baths. You know, that dude out there.
Maybe you should try ice baths. That's what he said.
Yeah.
He's talking on the phone.
So you know, you see stuff like that, man.
And they're rewarded, man. If you're in that lifestyle, man, you go to work, man, you rise up, man.
I saw that in the A when I was in the A.
You rise up, man. They'll promote you like a mother.
Even with the Jakes, even with us.
Even more so over there.
Yeah, I even when I was working, I remember this one day he came in the same time as I did. They made him I came in through, we all came in through temp agency. They made him permanent months before I became permanent. Man, they were lauding his praises.
Yeah.
Big up, tall Jake, looked like a wide receiver, but switching left and right.
Wow.
Kicking it with all the girlies. And they just promoted him, made him a manager, gave him money, gave him a super duper increase. Boy was within 3 years making all this money. I'm like, because he's non-threatening, man. He's defeated. They gotta give him what's it called? They gotta reward him for basically not being a threat.
We thought Jezebel had them around her units. So that's what they like.
Yeah. They want that.
Yeah, and the Edomite men at top that promote them. Yeah. Because they don't want Jake to move up to a certain level and be, getting that woman.
And the Edomite man at the top like that. Like that as his pet. You know what I'm saying? He like that's what he like.
And he don't want a man to be around him like that, man, because he feel threatened. He feel threatened, just like when you there was this two Edomites at the job that tranny in this. It was this big old bald head Edomite. I mean, when you look at the joke, you like, man, he got some stripes on his arm. This boy that took some people out. Hey, man, dudes was going back and forth on emails. The trainer was trying to get him fired, but the dude, he's a thinker. And man, the dude was up there. The trainer's like, I feel very threatened by your presence. This is what he did in the email. He said, I don't know why you feel threatened about my presence. He said, I'm a God-fearing man, blase, and all this his stuff. And he said, well, the thing that you told me last week, I don't know what you're talking about. I never said that. So the trainer was trying to get him into a loop to where he would just, bury himself. Dude was smart, but man, when you see this dude, man, hey, the dude is a little bit taller than me, and he like to get up in your face, kind of like, and talk a little bit. But he ain't trying to be intimidating. That's what he do with everybody. He did that with the tranny. Tranny was like, you know what I'm saying? That feminine thing. All that type of stuff. And when he's talking to the brothers, man, brothers just be up there talking, and he come up, brothers just be like, and he's just talking, he feel comfortable. Tranny, he don't like the dude, but he come up there, he talk to him, Tranny be like, I feel threatened by him and all this. Hey, that's the game, bro.
Toxic masculinity.
Hey, come on, bro.
That's what they start saying.
He looked too masculine for him, man, and he tried to get them guys out there. And he got a couple of dudes out of there, man, just by doing that stuff. So you gotta, masculinity, man, that's the thing they don't want in there, man. When you talking to them a certain way, they want you to change your voice and everything. You're like, man, get out of here with that madness, man. He's like, shoot, I can't, man. I'm so glad they got me working from the crib right now, bro. I was like, man, that stuff is crazy. Y'all got anything else? Yeah, Yeah, this is Matthew 26:6. Now when Yahawashi was in Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Yahawashi understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath brought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this that this woman hath done be told for a memorial of her. And with that, we like to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.